Hey everybody, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I used up most of the rest of my stash from the bargain bead box for March of 2026. Here comes the sun. And I'm making a memory wire bracelet. I like to do this a lot when I get the boxes and I have a little bit here left over here and there. And it's just a way to use up the rest of my stash. So I made this really pretty memory wire bracelet and I used these as charms on the end of it. And then for my pop of color, I added this gorgeous blue. They were 11O seed beads. I think this turned out so pretty. And I wasn't sure, I ended up adding a little more gold on there than I thought I was going to. I ended up using the, what were these called again? The sun cylinder spacer beads. These right there. So I ended up adding them at the last minute, even though I didn't include them at the beginning, but I really like this this gold. So if you're not familiar with Bargain Bead Box, I have a coupon code BNJ2 for $2 off your first box with them. The monthly boxes are $24.99 a month, and they're usually valued at over $60. This one was valued at $99.79, which is crazy. You get so much for your money with these. I will leave a link below as well to the unboxing, so if you're not familiar with Bargain Bead Box, you can watch it. And if you want to learn how to make this, then stay tuned. Okay, so I'm starting with gold memory wire, and I cut it so that I will have, when I look this way, I will have four layers onto the bracelet. I usually like to do 4 or more. Sometimes I do 6 or 7 and really make a chunky one. But a lot of times with my bead boxes, everything I have left, I like to throw it onto a memory wire bracelet just because, you know, everything matches and it just looks really pretty. So I'm going to be using the crystal faceted English cut beads, and I'm going to be using the faceted cube beads right here, the rest of them, the 8mm fancy red agate dyed beads, and then I'm going to be using the, let me put that away, the 100 round spacer beads. I've got some of them. And then I'm going to be using the gold-plated brass and cubic zirconium sun I'm using them as charms. And then for my accent color, I'm going a little bold here, and I'm using Azuki seed beads, silver line, very, very dark blue, and they are an 11O. So I'm using them as kind of like a little pop color. Let me get a few of them out. Okay, so when you take memory wire, I like to just take it once and kind of stretch it out like that so it lays a little better like this. Now when you cut it, there's special tools you have to use for memory wire. These are to cut the memory wire because memory wire is very, very strong. And you can, if you use your regular cutters, you can break them. And then this is for turning it, to move it. So I already cut it. And then when I cut my memory wire, I like to have it so there's about, like that's the one side and then that's the other. So there's probably about about 1.5 inches width there. And then I take the small ones and I like to bring it out. So I get that. I'll turn it that way a little bit. I'll kind of adjust it just so that it kind of looks like that. So it doesn't dig into the skin like that. Okay. Then I start loading the beads. Now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. I'm going to do a gold one. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another gold one. And then, make sure I got it, and then another 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I like to hold it like this and just kind of put them on. So I lift it up, let everything drop. And that's the beginning of it. So I'm using the blue just for pops of color, really. I'm not, going crazy with the blue here. So then we're gonna do an English cut. Let me get these. Okay, so do 1. Let me find the holes here. 2. These are so pretty. 3. 4. And 5. There we go. 5. So let me bring those down, lift that up. And they come down like that. And now I'm going to do a gold and a blue and a gold. Okay, bring this up. Sorry, that part's not in this side, but see, there's that little pop of the blue. Oh, these are bouncing all over. That little pop of the blue, I think, looks so pretty with this. And then I'm going to do another 5 of the English cut. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring that all the way down. So we have that. So then I'm going to do another gold and blue and gold. I wasn't sure how this blue was going to work. I was putting it together and I'm like, I really like that. And it's just that little pop of color. Let me get the rest of these out. And just so you know, I am creating this as I'm making it. I didn't have anything planned. I don't, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I like to just kind of create things. Sometimes when I work too hard on trying to figure something out, I don't end up liking it. I just kind of go as I see it. So, okay, so here we have that. Now let's do another row of 5. 1, 2, 3. These are so pretty, these English cut ones. 4 and 5. I'm trying to get 1, and then we'll do the gold, blue, and the gold. I lift that all the way up. We're almost all the way around 1. So we're going to do a couple more. Hope everybody's doing good today. I've kind of been missing in action. My daughter and her husband were here for 5 days. Her best friend had a baby shower we went to, and I had a really good time with them. 4, 5. I'll do one more. gold. We'll grab that blue one. And another gold. And then we're going to do one more set of the 5. Okay. And then we might put some more of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let me get this all stretched out. Now, one thing I like to look at is when I hold it up, I can kind of see where everything is going to be laying. So like this will be laying against this. So I want to do something a little different there. Like that. You know what? I'm going to do one more. I've decided 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do 5 more. 1, 2. Oh. 3. 4. And 5. Yeah, I just kind of make sections, like whether I'm doing, no matter what kind of jewelry I'm making, unless I'm doing like an eclectic, like long necklace with just random pieces, I like to kind of do sections of it. Okay, so if we were to clip, so this is where we're at right now, and that's really pretty. So now I'm going to take these blue ones and I'm going to start with this cube. Do a cube, a blue, cube, blue, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to bring that down. Okay. And that's where we're at right there. So I've got that going. So now I'm going to take these and I'm going to do like 5 gold ones. 1, just for a different section. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let me bring those up so you can see it. So this is where we're at so far. So that's really pretty. Okay, so now lift this up like this, like that. And now I'm going to do, because this will be on the opposite side of where that is. So now I'm going to do the 5 blues and a gold. I'm going to do the 3 sections like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A gold. Make sure there's 5 in there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a gold. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let me lift this up. Look how pretty that looks. I think this seed is bad. And I'm going to do 5 more of the gold. So it'll be a total different section here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so now we'll get all all this down. And so that's where we're at right there. This looks really pretty. Okay. So now, move that over there. So I've had a lot of like different colors. So now I'm going to kind of do some sections of just this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These are so pretty. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll start with 10 here. And we'll bring this all the way down. This reminds me, if you're old enough to remember, Slinkies. First time I saw this, so this is looking really pretty. So see, you have a little more blue here, and then you have just like little pops of blue, and then a little more blue here. You know, so it's just very random, but yet they're, you know, sections that you put together. Okay, let me get the rest of the gold. So I'm liking the gold here. I didn't want to put too much on, but it's really not too much. I think that blue is, I love that pop of blue that's coming out in these. Okay, so we have those. So now we are going to, let me get those. So now I'm going to just take the English cut ones, and I'm gonna do one section of the gold, the blue, and the gold. I'm gonna bring that around like that, and then I'm gonna keep doing that. So I'm gonna do more blue. 3, 4, 5, 5. Okay. So it's a totally different section now. And what I decided, I'm going to do 5 more. I'm going to do 10 more of these because I wanted to go all the way around. So I changed my mind on that. It's a woman's prerogative. 1, 2, let me see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let me bring that all the way around. Yeah, I like that better. Very pretty. Okay. And now we're going to do this right over here. I'm going to start with the gold, and we're going to do 5 golds and 4 blues. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And now we have that. So now when you look down on there, so you have little pops of blue coming out everywhere except for right here. So we're going to turn that around like that. And now I'm going to do, bring those. I'm going to do another section of these with the blue in between it. So I think that looked pretty. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so here we have it here. So now I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to do this up there. So I have one over there, one over there, one over here. Okay, so we're going to start out. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blues and a gold. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blues and a gold. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Perfect. Okay, that looks really pretty there. Yeah, we have that little pop there. I'm liking that. Okay, so now, let me see. I'm going to do an English cut. This is going to be a little different. An English cut. And then, no, English cut, and then 1, 2, 3 blues, and then a gold. And then 3 more blues. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do it like that. And then I'm going to do another English cut. And I'm going to do the 3 blues. 1, 2, 3. And then the gold. And then the 3 blues again. 1, 2, 3. Like that. I'm going to do another English cut. Oh, that looks pretty. I like that. And then the 3 blues. 1, 2, 3. And then the gold. And the 3 blues. 1, 2, 3. And I kind of just go, I look at it to see like where it's laying and, you know, what I like about it. I'm going to do a couple more. I like this. So do the English cut. And 1, 2, 3. And then the gold. Oh, oh. That just, I went flying. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. I'll have to go get those later. 4. Oh, see, it almost happened again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm loving that. Love, love, love. Okay. And we're like there. And then we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3. And then gold. And then another 1, 2, 3. And then the last one. Last one. And then 1, 2, 3. And gold. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me go get those beads I lost. Okay. I couldn't find them. But I ended up, because I thought the gold was going to be too much, but it's not. So I ended up getting the sun cylinder spacers out to add to them. because I don't know, at first I was like, oh, I don't want too much gold on it, but I'm actually liking the gold with the blue. So I think I kind of might finish that out more like that. So I put more of these out. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I really like that. I was like, 6, 7. I'm liking that. Okay. Then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 3, and then one of these, the faceted ones, like that. And 1, 2, 3. And I'll get the clear faceted one, and then we'll do another 1, 2, 3, and the other faceted one. Yeah, I pulled out ones for this, and then I'm like, after I started doing, I'm like, you know, the gold looks pretty cool on here. Like that. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 more, like that. So that's where I'm at. So then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, like that. And I'm going to do this gold one. The gold one. Okay. So let me kind of hold it right here so I could just kind of make sure everything's the way I like it. So I'm liking this. Okay. So now what I do is I take the small one, put it in there, and then just make sure that I get this curved like that. And then I'm gonna bring this back just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we have these. So now I want to take these charms and let me get my pliers. Now I always like to use my round nose pliers as one of them because I'm always trying to shape things and turn them into, you know. So then we're gonna do that there. Oh, it's dangling here. Like that. Like that. And then grab this one. I kind of want to have it so they're both going the same way. That makes sense. So I will take, there's the bottom one, okay, right there. And I will put it that way too. So that when whomever wears this, they can see both of them. Oh, okay. One. Okay, you gotta hold this tight because this gets heavy with all these gemstones on there. Okay. Get these going the right way. So there we have one. We have one. And this is the finished product. I think it turned out so pretty. So gorgeous. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And this is a great way to use up the rest of your beads, you know. Take your stash that's left over from that month's box and just make yourself a memory wire bracelet with it. I have a coupon code BNJ2 for $2 off your first box with them. Like I said, I will leave links below. And let me know if you enjoyed this tutorial or not. It's so pretty. This blue really popped in here. And I will leave links to all my social media as well, my Etsy, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give me a thumbs up, and even leave me a comment. It really helps with my algorithms. And I will see you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.